Let's go through a ranked choice voting election, part 1 of 3, the voters and the candidates. There are 7 candidates in this race: Ava, Bianca, Cedric, Deegan, Eli, Fabio, and Gina. For simplicity's sake, we'll limit this to 20 voters and just use the letters A through G to represent the candidates. Also, I don't have room on the paper for much more than that. It's the first time your community is using ranked choice voting. It's been a wild campaign season and everyone is putting in the extra time to get well informed so they can take full advantage of all 5 available ranks on their ballots, which is tied for the most number of ranks available on any ranked choice voting ballot in the country. Here's your ballot. You really like Gina and Deegan, even though they're not the most popular candidates, but you know that lower ranks can't hurt them, so you rank them first and second. After that, you think Ava is alright and Bianca is close behind. You don't love Eli, but Eli is better than Fabio, and Cedric is really polarizing. You don't like Cedric or his annoying supporters at all. Here are the other 19 ballots. Let's go through them so you can get a better feel for all the candidates. The first block of voters really likes Ava, but Bianca is a close second. Bianca has run a really inclusive campaign, so most voters seem to like her. After that, Ava voters disagree about Deegan, Eli, Fabio, and Gina, but they all dislike Cedric, who's been attacking Ava the entire campaign. The next block of voters think Bianca is the bee's knees. Bianca has brought creative solutions to the conversation that everyone can get on board with. She's even managed to escape attacks by befriending other candidates, including even Cedric. Even though Bianca voters disagree about Deegan, Eli, Fabio, and Gina, they don't like how aggressive Cedric has been, and Ava lost the support of Bianca voters when Ava aired attack ads in the final few weeks of the campaign. Cedric voters love Cedric and everything he has to say, including all those nasty things about Ava. For Cedric voters, Bianca is the only other candidate who hasn't degraded them, so Cedric voters rank her next. They have mixed feelings about the rest, but they all agree that Ava should be left off their ballots. One Cedric voter likes Cedric just as much as the rest, but they met Deegan once and think that they are super cool, so they moved Deegan up to first on their ballot. It turns out Eli is more popular than people realize and has gained a decent following. Eli voters stick together on their top pick, but deviate from each other after that. And then there's our last Cedric voter, with a familiar story. They know Fabio personally, so this voter moved him up to first place. Check out part 2 to go through the instant runoff rounds and see who won. Let's go through a ranked choice voting election, part 2 of 3, the instant runoff. We've already met the candidates and the voters, so let's use their ballots to tabulate the winner. For any given instant runoff round, we'll use green circles to denote the candidate currently getting voted for on each ballot. When a candidate is eliminated, we'll X out that candidate in pink marker on every ballot that ranks them. In round 1, we see that Ava has 4 votes, Bianca has 5 votes, Cedric has 4, Deegan has 1, Eli has 4, Fabio has 1, and Gina has 1. Bianca is in the lead, but it's a close 4-way race. Deegan, Fabio, and Gina are all tied for last, but even if all their votes transferred to just one of them, they would still be eliminated. This means we can eliminate Deegan, Fabio, and Gina all at once. So let's do that. Here's Deegan, gone, now Fabio, and then Gina. Oh, and I missed one Deegan. Alright, now since you ranked Gina first, it's time to transfer your vote to your second pick. Wait a minute, your second choice, Deegan, is already eliminated, but you never even had a chance to support them in the race. That's not what Fair Vote told you would happen. But you filled out your entire ballot anyway, so your vote transfers to Ava instead, your third choice. In round 2, Ava has 5 votes, Bianca has 5, Cedric has 6, and Eli has 4. The next candidate to get eliminated is Eli. Guess Eli still wasn't quite popular enough. Hey, some of those Eli voters didn't get to support their second or even their third choice before they were eliminated. Their votes have slipped from their first choice straight to their fourth. Well, let's check out round 3. Ava has 7 votes, Bianca has 5, and Cedric has 8. Looks like Bianca is getting eliminated. Let's see who those Bianca votes will transfer to. Hold up, all 5 Bianca voters' entire ballots are scratched out. Bianca voters spent all this time researching every candidate and maxed out the available ranks on their ballots, but in the end, their votes were treated just like the old system where they only got to support one candidate on their ballot. And worse yet, now they have no say in the final round when the winner is actually decided. That doesn't seem fair. In the final round, we see that Ava has 7 votes and Cedric has 8 votes, making Cedric the majority winner. But wait, weren't there 20 voters? Yeah, 8 votes out of 20 is only 40%. Even if we eliminate Ava, Cedric still only gets 8 votes out of 20. But I thought ranked choice voting guaranteed a majority winner. Well, in ranked choice voting elections, they don't actually count all of the votes. Remember those Bianca voters? Their ballots were exhausted. They were thrown out. Ranked choice voting only uses the remaining ballots in the final tally, even if those other ballots were completely filled out. One person, one vote doesn't seem to apply to Bianca voters. Their votes literally weren't counted. Ranked choice voting only gives an illusion of majority because no voting method can guarantee a majority in a single election with more than 2 candidates. Check out part 3 for more analysis on how one tiny adjustment can unexpectedly change the outcome of this election. Let's go through a ranked choice voting election, part 3 of 3. Time to get crazy. We just saw that this ranked choice voting election did some weird things and ignored a lot of what voters marked on their ballots. With 20 voters who fully filled out their 5 ranked ballots, there's a total of 100 rankings. Let's see how many were actually used by counting up all the green circles. 27 marks out of 100. Only 27% of the voter preference data was ever used. The other 73% of ranks were never considered at all and never had any opportunities to help out those candidates. What's more, the candidate who was liked by everyone, Bianca, didn't even make it to the final round. Not only was Bianca the only candidate who was ranked on every single ballot, Bianca also beats both of the finalists head-to-head. Bianca was preferred over Ava on 13 ballots, and Bianca was preferred over Cedric on 12 ballots. Bianca should have won, not Cedric. And remember, you thought Cedric was the worst candidate. You didn't even rank Cedric. But what if I told you there's one small change you can make to your ballot that would make Cedric lose? What do you think it is? Take a guess. I bet you got it wrong. All you need to do is move Eli from 5th place to 3rd place. Sound crazy? How can that stop Cedric from winning? Well, let's tally it. Round 1 is the same as before. Ava has 4 votes, Bianca has 5, Cedric has 4, Deegan has 1, Eli has 4, Fabio has 1, and Gina has 1. We eliminate Deegan, Fabio, and Gina all at once. Your vote now transfers to Eli, who is your 3rd choice. Round 2 is already different. Ava has 4 votes, Bianca has 5, Cedric has 6, and Eli has 5. This time, Ava is eliminated early on. Guess Ava won't be a finalist in this election. Instead, those Ava votes transfer to Bianca. See where this is going? In round 3, Bianca has 9 votes, Cedric has 6, and Eli has 5. Eli is eliminated. 3 votes transfer to Bianca and 2 transfer to Cedric. In the 4th and final round, Bianca wins with 12 votes over Cedric's 8. Not only does Bianca win with 60% of votes from all voters, Bianca is the next choice for every Cedric voter. This outcome is drastically different from the first one, and all we had to do was move Eli from your 5th choice to your 3rd choice. What a chaotic voting method! These results are super unpredictable. In fact, if we move Eli above Ava on any ballot where Eli is below Ava, or if we move Eli above Cedric on any 2 ballots where Cedric is above Eli, then Bianca becomes the winner. In all of those altered cases, Bianca actually ends up getting ranked lower on those ballots. This crazy property where lowering a candidate's rank can actually help them is called a non-monotonicity, and ranked choice voting is one of the only deterministic single winner voting methods that is non-monotonic. Even our current terrible choose one only voting method is monotonic. Ranked choice voting can get even crazier than this, but thanks for watching this series. Please reach out to me if you have questions, and follow me if you want to learn about far better voting methods like star voting and approval voting.